Welcome to the 39th Annual Mississippi College Academic Competition. The competition began the year with 20 teams from high schools across the state. Teams are matched in quiz-like competition utilizing questions developed and tested for high school level. Our goal is to recognize academic knowledge, to encourage learning, and to foster the spirit of competition and fair play. We have reached the quarterfinals, and this match features Madison Central High and Jackson Academy.
Josh Watson, senior.
Bailey Berry, senior.
Gautam Ray, junior.
Deb Sharma, senior.
Anna Payton Parker, junior.
Jeffrey Gow, senior.
Rithik Banerjee, senior.
Daniel Ainsworth, senior.
Soren Haydari, junior.
Andrew Smith, senior.
Aiden Allen, senior.
Leo Maya, senior.
We're going to start round one with a 10-point toss-up question. Every deceased U.S. president has appeared on at least one U.S. postage stamp. Name the 41st president.
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
George H.W. Bush.
Yes.
For 15 points, which former slave who helped free slaves via the underground?
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
For 15 points, give the full name of the organization consisting of about 12 oil-producing nations and commonly
Madison Central, Andrew.
OPEC.
Called OPEC.
Full name.
Organization of Petroleum Associated States.
No. Jackson Academy, Josh.
Organization Petroleum of Associated Countries.
No. It's going to be the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So we go back to a toss-up for 10 points. Name the oldest U.S. president at the time of
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
Joe Biden.
Yes.
For 10 points, which athlete was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2019 and the fourth golfer to receive the honor?
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Tiger Woods.
Yes.
All right, you might need your pencil for this math question. It's worth 10 points. Express the following as a fraction without negative exponents. Z to the negative 3 power.
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
1 over Z to the third.
Yes.
For 20 points, which politician and journalist is credited with saying in the 1850s, "Go west, young man"?
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
Horace Mann.
No.
Right? No answer for Madison Central. It's Horace Greeley. We have another math question for 10 points. If Susan has a 94 average on her 4 science test, and if her lowest test score is 82, what is the average of her 3 highest test scores?
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
98.
Yes.
For 15 points, identify the Hawaiian word beginning with P for a food dish made of mashed taro root, bananas, and pineapple.
Madison Central, Soren.
Poke.
No.
Right? No answer from Jackson Academy. The answer is poi. For 10 points, identify the city location of the Barack Obama Presidential Center.
Madison Central, Andrew.
Chicago.
Yes.
For 10 points, which term beginning with the letter F is used to name a large and abnormally bright meteor?
Madison Central, Soren.
Fiery.
No. Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Flash.
No.
It's going to be Fireball. For 15 points, which U.S. president earned the nicknames Veto President, Sir Veto?
Jackson Academy, Gautam.
Andrew Johnson.
Yes.
For 10 points, which U.S. state was once known as Seward's Icebox?
Madison Central, Soren.
Alaska.
Yes.
For 15 points, which adjective meaning brave, stoical, frugal, and highly disciplined is derived from the people and the culture of an ancient Greek city-state noted
Madison Central, Soren.
Spartan.
Yes.
It's another math question for 10 points. What are the coordinates of the x-intercepts for the function y equals x squared minus 14x plus 48?
Madison Central, Rithik.
X equals 6, X equals 8.
No. Jackson Academy, Dev.
X equals 12 and X equals 2.
No. Coordinates.
The answer has to be in coordinate style, which would be 6, 0 and 8, 0. For 10 points, which word designates all of the following? An upright piece in the walls of a building, an earring consisting of a small ornament on
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Column.
No.
post, and any male animal used for breeding.
Madison Central, Andrew.
Stud.
Yes.
For 20 points, identify the, and that concludes round 1. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. At the end of round 1, the preliminary score is Madison Central High School 45 and Jackson Academy 80. Now we move into round 2, toss-up with bonus questions. For 20 points, identify the British physicist who announced his discovery of the nucleus of an atom in 1911.
Madison Central, Rithik.
John Dalton?
No. Jackson Academy, Bailey. Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning warnings. For 5 points, records show that President Roosevelt was warned 3 days before it happened in 1941.
Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
For 10 points, in 1986, this explosion horrified the nation. Name this catastrophe that occurred after engineers had warned that the O-rings would not work effectively in cold weather.
Challenger disaster.
Yes.
For 15 points, warnings like rats streaming from the city and nearby streams mysteriously drying up occurred in the days before this catastrophe on August 24th, AD 79.
Pompeii.
Yes.
For 20 points, the scientist who supposedly warned if a third world war is fought with nuclear weapons, the fourth war will be fought with stones and spears.
Oppenheimer.
No.
Einstein.
Yes.
And we move back to a toss-up question for 10 points. What surname is shared by the American Revolutionary General who successfully waged the Saratoga Campaign and the American businessman who founded the Microsoft Corporation?
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Gates.
Yes.
And here's your bonus question. Identify each of the following concerning biology. For 5 points, name the system of alternating crops in order to prevent soil depletion and to improve the yield of the land.
Crop rotation.
Yes.
For 10 points, which term is used to designate the branch of agricultural science that deals with the study of crop production, land cultivation, and soil management?
Horticulture.
No.
No answer.
The answer is going to be agronomy. So we go back to a toss-up question for 15 points. Which word designates all of the following? A metal covering over a fireplace, an automobile hood in Britain, and a hat with a ribbon tying under the chin worn by children and women.
Madison Central, Soren.
Bonnet.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. One at a time, identify the 4 colonies organized in 1643 that formed the United Colonies of New England for 5 points.
Massachusetts.
Yes.
For 10 points.
Rhode Island.
No.
No. For 10 points, Jackson Academy.
Connecticut.
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up for 20 points. 8 works by the French artist whose paintings led to the development of Cubism were sold in 1992 for $16.3 million.
Madison Central, Rithik.
Picasso.
No.
In New York, name this artist.
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Monet.
No.
It's going to be Paul Cézanne. We have a math question for 10 points. If a 5-inch by 5-inch square is decreased to a 4-inch by 4-inch square, then by what percent is the area?
Jackson Academy, got 'em.
36%.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the word ending in INE that means of, pertaining to, or resembling each of the following. For 5 points, an ox or a cow.
Bovine.
Yes.
For 10 points, horse.
Equine.
Yes.
For 15 points, snake.
Serpentine.
Yes.
For 20 points, goat.
No answer.
No.
Madison Central.
What's the Latin word for goat? For what? Latin word for goat? No answer.
It's going to be her sign. And that concludes round 2. We'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. At the end of round 2, the preliminary score is Madison Central High School 85, Jackson Academy 195. We move into round 3, toss-up with bonus questions. We're going to start with a 10-point toss-up. Hawthorne's Tanglewood Tales recounts Jason's capture of the gold wool of a magical ram that can speak and fly. Name this object.
Jackson Academy, got 'em.
Golden fleece.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning literature. For 5 points, identify the Shakespearean play whose setting is simply described as the island or an uninhabited island.
The Merchant of Venice.
No.
The Tempest.
Yes.
And we go back to a toss-up question for 20 points. In which year did both Shakespeare and Cervantes die on the same day, April the 23rd?
Madison Central, Aiden.
1485.
No. Jackson Academy, Bailey.
1572.
No.
We're going to need to add another century to that. It was 1616. So we're moving on to a math question for 10 points. 2 raised to the x power plus 2 raised to the x power is equal to 2 raised to what power?
Madison Central, Leo.
X plus 1.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify the chemical elements. For 5 points, what is the element with the symbol of Ni?
Nickel.
Yes.
For 10 points, arsenic has an atomic number of 33. What is its chemical symbol?
AS.
Yes.
For 15 points, name the element that has an atomic number of 20.
Calcium.
Yes.
For 20 points, this element with a 1-letter symbol has a name derived from Danish and Swedish meaning heavy stone. Name this element.
Yttrium.
No.
Uranium?
No.
The answer is going to be tungsten. So we're going back to a toss-up for 10 points. Which term designates a nation or state in which the clergy have political power?
Madison Central, Andrew.
Theocracy.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following by giving an answer beginning with the letter I. For 5 points, name the colored disc located behind the cornea in the human eye.
Iris.
Yes.
For 10 points, the branch of zoology dealing with fishes.
Ichthyology.
Yes.
For 15 points, biblical Isaac's half-brother, the son of Abraham and Hagar, whose name has come to mean outcast.
Ishmael.
Yes.
For 20 points, abbreviation used in a footnote to refer to the work just cited.
I.E.
No.
No answer.
Okay, no answer. It's Ibid, I-B-I-D. We go back to a toss-up for 10 points. Abiy Ahmed Ali from Ethiopia received this award in 2019 for his efforts to achieve peace and international...
Jackson Academy, got him.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following concerning cities. For 5 points, city in which people walk the 2.5-mile Freedom Trail, which includes Faneuil Hall.
Washington, D.C.
No.
No.
Montgomery.
No.
It's going to be Boston. We go back to a toss-up for 15 points. In physics, which letter designates a unit of acceleration equal to about 9.8?
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
G.
Yes.
And here are your bonus questions. Identify each of the following leaders of Rome. For 5 points, the emperor who began the first persecution of Christians.
Nero.
Yes.
For 10 points, the emperor who built the wall in Britain.
Do you know? Constantine.
No.
No.
Hadrian. Hadrian.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. And we go back to a toss-up for 10 points. Identify, and that is the end of round 3, and we'll be back in a moment with a preliminary score. After 3 rounds of play, the score is Madison Central High School 180, Jackson Academy 235. We move into the 4th and final round, which is toss-up only questions. We'll start with a 10-point toss-up. Identify the mythological titan who was condemned to hold up the sky.
Jackson Academy, Josh.
Atlas.
Yes.
For 10 points, which U.S. president earned several nicknames with the same initials, such as Union Safeguard, Unquestioned.
Jackson Academy, got him.
Grant.
Yes.
For 15 points, in which city is the Lacrosse Hall of Fame located on the campus of Johns Hopkins University?
Jackson Academy, got him.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes.
It's a math question for 10 points. The graph of 3y squared plus 8y equals negative 4x squared minus 6x plus 100 will form which type of conic section?
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Hyperbola.
No. Madison Central, Leo.
Ellipse.
Yes.
For 10 points, identify the Islamic fundamentalist who rose to power in 1996 in Afghanistan.
Madison Central, Leo.
No answer.
And battled by the U.S. until the 2021 withdrawal. No answer from Jackson Academy. It's going to be the Taliban. For 10 points, identify the body of water often called the Sea of Kinneret in the Bible and located between Israel and Syria.
Madison Central, Andrew.
Sea of Galilee.
Yes.
For 15 points, which U.S. playwright with the given name Thomas Lanier died by choking to death after swallowing the cap of a medicine bottle. He is remembered for creating the characters Laura Wingfield.
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Tennessee Williams.
Yes.
For 15 points, which national park, created by the 1994 California Desert Protection Act, is named after...
Madison Central, Andrew.
Death Valley.
No.
Giant cacti unique to the Sonoran Desert.
Jackson Academy, Bailey.
Mojave.
No.
It's going to be the Saguaro National Park. It's a math question for 10 points. What is the product of the square root of -20 times its complex conjugate?
Madison Central, Leo.
-20.
No. Jackson Academy, Bailey.
-10I.
No.
The answer's 20. For 10 points, name the first permanent English settlement in America.
Jackson Academy, got him.
Jamestown.
Yes.
For 20 points, what was the year of the settlement of Jamestown?
Madison Central, Andrew.
1609.
No. Jackson Academy, got him.
1607.
Yes.
It's another math question for 10 points. Multiply 6a plus 2 by 4a minus 4 and give the simplified product.
Madison Central, Leo.
24a squared minus 16a minus 8.
Yes.
For 20 points, identify the Democrat candidate for the presidency who made the following statement promising a campaign of candor. Let's talk sense to the American people. Let's tell them the truth, that there are no gains without pains, that this is the eve of great decisions, not easy decisions. He ran against Dwight Eisenhower.
Madison Central, Andrew. I'm sorry, Aiden.
No answer.
Jackson Academy, got him.
Do.
No.
It's Adlai Stevenson. For 10 points, name the humorous theorem stating that each person in a hierarchy will be promoted to his level of incompetence.
Madison Central, Soren.
Circus theorem.
No.
No answer. From Jackson Academy, it's the Peter Principle. We're back to a math question for 10 points. The areas of two squares are in a 3:8 ratio, with the area of the larger one being 96 square meters. Find the perimeter of the smaller square.
Madison Central, Leo.
64.
No. Jackson Academy, Bailey.
48.
No.
It's going to be 24 meters. Back to a toss-up for 15 points. Only 3 galaxies out. And that concludes round 4. We'll be back in a moment with the final score. After 4 rounds of play, the final score is Madison Central High 210, Jackson Academy 315. Congratulations to Jackson Academy for advancing to the semifinal round.